Welcome to the second. We actually didn't think of a name, huh?
Not yet.
The Fantasy Football Podcast Extravaganza, but it's also a video.
So it's kind of everything rolled into one.
Footnote: the best information you can get about fantasy football around.
Exactly.
Because I got an F in my draft.
Yeah, well, maybe F stood for fantastic.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's hope so.
And we're closer to the season. It begins this Thursday. So, obviously, we have our fantasy teams. And as luck would have it, I'm going against Matt week 1 in our 12-team half-a-point PPR league. So we figured today we do a quick rundown of our teams and go over who we like, who we don't like in our specific matchup. So I'll start. My team I'll just run through my starting lineup. Quarterback, Matt Ryan. Running backs, Ben Tate, Rashad Jennings. Receiver, Demaryius Thomas, Des Bryant. Charles Clay as my tight end. Brandon Cooks as my flex. Seahawks D. And Adam Vinatieri as my kicker. So, I mean, my only question mark is my flex right now. I did draft Ray Rice, but he beats women and is suspended for the first 2 games of the season. So
It's not long enough.
not at all.
But
Nope.
let's not beat a dead horse.
Yeah, that's actually, we shouldn't.
Shouldn't beat a dead horse.
No, that's messed
I
up.
don't know why people are beating dead horses.
Stop beating dead horses, please. But I like my whole team. I mean, Brandon Cooks is kind of a fill-in for the first 2 weeks. I also have Justin Hunter for Tennessee Titans, wide receiver. So I really like all my matchups. I'm really just excited football's back. So I like my draft. I got a B from ESPN. So thank you, ESPN, for the B. And we'll see what happens. What about your F team?
Well, my F team consists of, and I'll say this right now, I love tight ends. You're going to see by my draft because I selected 2 in the first 3 rounds. I have Matt Stafford at QB, Danny Woodhead at running back, and Darren Sproles as my second running back. My wide receiver 1 is the Megatron, Calvin Johnson. My wide receiver 2, which is a guy I really love this year, is Emmanuel Sanders, and I actually just traded for him in my other league. My first tight end is Julius Thomas, and in my flex tight end is Vernon Davis, the big VD, the most freakish athlete in the NFL. I got the Patriots defense, which is kind of a dark horse for my team. You know, they could be good this year, we'll see. And Graham Gano, the kicker for the Carolina Panthers, is my kicker. So that's my team. I mean, I got an F, and I know why I got an F, because the ESPN draft report cards give you Fs and As and Bs depending on where you pick around their rankings, and picking 2 tight ends that early is probably not going to do it. In my other league, I got an F, and I got an F as well, and that is because I selected Julius Thomas and Rob Gronkowski at 10 and 11. So I can understand where they're coming from. But and our running backs we got really late, and the running backs I ended up getting was Woodhead and Sproles. And because this is half-point PPR, I think those 2 guys will be more than serviceable as my 2 running backs, with hopefully Vernon Davis and Julius Thomas picking up a little bit of the slack at the tight end spot. And I'm really hoping that they're really the guys I'm looking out for. Do you have any guys on your bench that you really, really enjoy?
I do.
Any rookie sleepers or sleepers in general that you?
I mean, Brandon Cooks, I think, rookie campaign. You can't really ask for a better guy to bring into the league than Drew Brees.
Yep.
On the depth chart, supposedly Marcus Colston and Nick Toon are ahead of him. Marcus Colston is horrible, and I don't know who Nick Toon is. So, I don't know. I have confidence in Brandon Cooks. I also I got Tim Wright as my backup tight end.
Not bad. If you look at Tim Wright's stats compared to, and I know that everybody's like, he's not Aaron Hernandez, but if you look at his Aaron Hernandez rookie stats compared to Tim Wright's rookie stats, it's more yards, about 20 more yards, and 1 less touchdown.
Yeah.
Now that's with basically a little more than a half season, and with Mike Glennon thrown to him. At the beginning of the season, Freeman was in before they gave him the boot, and he was basically not playing. I mean, Now you have Tom Brady throwing to him. I have a feeling that he's probably going to pan out for you. I think that he's going to be one of the sleeper picks this year. He's going to be all over the field. He's an athlete, just like he's not a tight end build. He's not the best blocker, but he's going to get out in the open. He's going to make a headache for linebackers covering him.
Right.
It's going to be.
And I kind of got him as an insurance policy for Charles Clay, and just so I could kind of have some options playing. And you never know, Gronkowski gets hurt, which I mean, I don't want him to get hurt. I don't like the Patriots, but I don't like rooting for guys to get hurt.
Yeah, no, never that.
But if he does, then I have the backup.
Even better.
plan. Yeah.
Yep. Even better.
That helps out for me. And I actually think Ahmad Bradshaw's going to have a good year this year.
Yeah, I saw you pick that. I mean, not picked in a lot of leagues. What percent is he owned in that league?
Does it say it?
Yeah, the second to last column. 19%.
Yeah.
So 19% of leagues in the ESPN own Ahmad Bradshaw, and if that ends up working out, that is the sleeper pick of the draft.
Because Trent Richardson's
that's very low.
He just stinks everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
He was never even good in Cleveland.
Yep.
So we'll see. I mean, I kind of
He definitely stunk it up last year.
Exactly. So those are mine. I really like Brandon Cooks. I'm hoping that he pans out as my flex guy. If not, Ray Rice comes back after 2 games. So those are my guys. What about you? Any?
As far as my bench goes, I am very intrigued with rookies this year. Terrence West and Mike Evans. A lot of articles have been saying, and this is also as a Bucks fan, a lot of articles have been saying that Mike Evans is going to be the next big guy in Tampa, like the next guy, which is amazing if we have someone like that in offense. I mean, Vincent Jackson's no slouch, and he's far from being done with his career.
Right.
But it would be nice to have someone opposite him who's also 6'5", enormous, and then we have a 6'5" tight end. So I would love to see Evans. Evans all over the field, good hands, really good hands. So I'll be excited for him to get out there, and hopefully McCown can treat Evans and Jackson like a next tier down Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's exactly what you got in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I like that. And like I said, Terrence West, who's going to be backing up Ben Tate. Ben Tate does not have a good history of staying healthy, which is unfortunate because I really like Ben Tate as a player. I usually always draft him. But Terrence West, his backup, that would be good. And he's fresh legs, rookie guy, not hurt at all. Played a pretty good preseason. Eric Ebron, if I don't love tight ends enough, I picked up Eric Ebron. He's on my bench just in case him and Stafford end up coming up with a little something. Of course, my boy back from Tampa, who's now in Buffalo, Mike Williams, with Sammy Watkins' rib injuries. And Mike Williams, no matter who's on the field, whether it be Vincent Jackson, whether it be Sammy Watkins, is always going to sneak in the red zone for some targets. He's very elusive. He'll get behind you and hopefully E.J. Manuel can throw the ball to him. So those are my guys on the bench. I got a few other backups, Andre Williams, DeAndre Hopkins. Hopefully he starts clicking in Houston now with maybe Ryan Mallett's going to throw him the ball. I don't know. Jordan Todman. A lot of backups I have. And Batman,
thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
So that's my bench. And so let's take a look at our matchup. And you tell me on your team what guys are going to get you the points matchup-wise, and I'll do the same back at you.
Matchup-wise, the guys that are...
Who's the guy you like best for you from via matchup? Not just that I think Calvin Johnson's going to be a beast because he's a beast, but what guys do you think are really going to find that dent in the defense or that dent in the offense if it's your defense?
Well, I think Matt Ryan against the Saints D, at home against the Saints... he needs to have a big year, comeback year this year. He's got his receivers healthy again. I think he's going to blow up. For some reason, he's projected for 11 points. That doesn't make sense to me.
I have him in my other league. I think he gets more than that as well. I think he gets more than that as well. And honestly, everybody's saying his comeback season, his stat line last year wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't.
It was a serviceable quarterback, but it wasn't the Matt Ryan that we usually know.
Right.
I mean, and it hurts. But it hurts that his offensive line was off. He lost Julio Jones.
So I think he's going to be the guy to get me a ton of points. And really, I mean, I think Rashad Jennings is going to have a big year this year.
Love Rashad Jennings this year.
Going against Detroit.
I think he's great.
Who, they have a good pass rush, I guess, with Sue and Nick Fairley, I think, is still there. But as far as running the ball, the Giants, if they're going to win any games this year, they're going to have to run the ball a lot.
Yep.
And I like Rashad Jennings a lot. And, I mean, Demaryius is someone who I think is just going to just have a huge year.
Yep.
But it could counteract because you have Emmanuel Sanders and Julius Thomas. Which they think Emmanuel Sanders is going to have a better day than Des Bryant, which is surprising.
I think those points were adjusted because of the Welker being out because of substance abuse or whatever happened with him. So two of my favorite guys going into fantasy football this year is Rashad Jennings. Been saying that for a long time. And since I've watched preseason, Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah. Emmanuel Sanders has been all over the field. Him and Peyton Manning have clicked right away. I love him. So I love Emmanuel Sanders against Indy. I love Julius Thomas against Indy. And I really like Danny Woodhead against Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona has a really tough defense. And if Ryan Matthews is going to be running the ball, and Danny Woodhead's going to come in and spell him, I think Danny Woodhead's going to come in a big way in the passing game. And I think he's going to, like, find those little slots. I mean, you got Keenan Allen, but I think that Danny Woodhead might be the difference maker in that game. And that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm really hoping for. That, and hopefully the Patriots can shut down Miami like they always do. And that'd be a nice little gift from the Patriots defense. Hopefully Revis will fit right in at home at the AFC East.
Yeah.
Get a couple picks. But yeah, so I think that, honestly, it's a pretty even matchup. We're projected at 109 and 112.
Right.
That is a pretty even matchup, and I'd like to see where this goes. I don't know. I think it could go either way.
I agree. So we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be week 1. You have the Seahawks in Green Bay playing Thursday, and then you have 2 Sunday night games, 2 Monday night games.
Football season, baby.
Football season's back. Fantasy football season's back. We're happy. Those are our teams. Those are our guys on our specific teams who we think are going to have themselves a hell of a week. And Matt's projected to win by 3, so if I'm crying here sitting at this table next week, you'll know that he won, and I'm probably just going to disband my team.
And if you have any questions about your team, who you should start, who you should sit, I mean, you can go see Matt Berry. But if you don't want to...
He's busy.
If Matt Berry's not going to answer you, come talk to us. We can give you some advice,
Absolutely.
even though it might be in the wrong direction. But I'm confident in our fantasy advice.
Oh, yeah.
You know, leave us a comment below. You'll probably be seeing this on Wednesday. We're filming this Tuesday night. So that's it. YouTube.com/TheAverageNobodies. You're on it right now. Like, subscribe, like all our videos, and leave us a comment below. It really helps us out.
It does.
And as always, on Twitter, @AverageNobodies, and on the blog, AverageNobodies.com. And if you happen to be on Facebook, Facebook.com/TheAverageNobodies. And until next Tuesday, when we give you the outcome of our matchup and some other first week NFL scores and reactions, I'm Matt.
I'm Ryan.
We'll catch you next week.
Combined, we are not the Falcons quarterback. Common misconception.
The staph infection.
My leg has to be amputated.